out a new picture of Karl Urban as Jonny Cage. So the picture that we see is Karl Urban in what appears to be a poster for a movie that only exists within the movie. Therefore, it's edited, it's, you know, blowing out colors and all that shit. It's not really a good representation of what he's gonna be or what he looks like in the movie. To me, it's still considered like a concept drawing. So how he appears in this one poster that I'm about to talk about could be completely different from the movie. But however, with that being said, I still don't feel like Karl Urban was a good choice. Yeah, Karl Urban. I still don't feel like he was a good choice to play Jonny Cage. I like The Boys, and I'm a huge fan of that Dread movie that he starred in. Still watch it to this day. But I don't see him as Jonny Cage. In fact, I don't see it to the point I would call it miscasting. I can't tell you who I would have rather seen play Jonny Cage because I really don't have an actor in mind that could play Jonny Cage. The 1997 movie probably had the best adaptation for Jonny Cage in a live action feature. But nothing I've seen from Karl Urban tells me that he's not good enough to play the character, but there's nothing that tells me that he can play Jonny Cage. At least not what I know Jonny Cage to be from the video games. Nothing I've seen of Karl Urban tells me that he can match that Jonny Cage energy. If the first movie was better, I might not be holding this second movie to such a high standard that I am. But, you know, they haven't sold me on the idea of why they chose Karl Urban in particular to play Jonny Cage. First movie was good, but I still find myself liking that 1997 version a lot better. And so far, this Mortal Kombat franchise, this newest one, has shown that it still needs a lot of work and a lot of attention. So for me, the sequel itself isn't sold because they got Karl Urban to play Jonny Cage. I'm just not sold on Karl Urban playing Jonny Cage still, and I've had some time to sit with it. Now, it'll probably take up until the trailer comes out for me to give my definitive feeling on his character in the movie. But as of right now, this sort of concept poster that we get is more just confirming my paranoia that, you know, it's just gonna be a miscast situation. But if they pick up some of the same problems from the first movie and they kind of make them a bigger issue in the second movie, then Karl Urban will be my the least of my worries for this movie. But I won't have a clearer picture until I see a trailer, and that's really at this point what I'm waiting for. Don't try to hide Jonny Cage in the trailer and wait to show him in the last second and all that shit, because all of that shit is pointless now. We know Jonny Cage is coming. We know it's going to be this movie. Let's not make his appearance bigger than it needs to be. In other words, let's not stake so much of the movie success on Jonny Cage appearing in the movie until we see something.